And one of the great things at Long Beach is walking around the floor and talking to the dealers and the collectors to find out what kind of cool numismatic items they've brought. We've seen some great ones here. You're going to really see some great numismatic items. So watch here on Coinweek for another cool coin segment.
Of course, we always have a cool coin. How about a Stella, 425 mintage, made in 1879. You don't see them very often. It's actually, we haven't handled one in a number of years, but they're a great coin to find.
What is the Stella and why did they make it?
Well, the Stella was a $4 gold piece. They were making it to compete with some of the other small European coinages. They were actually trying to compete with like the 20 franc and that kind of a size on the bullion end for a trading purpose, but it never took off. We stuck with our more of a quarter-ounce size on the $5 gold.
What kind of price range on this one?
It's north of 100,000, pretty close to 100.5.
I brought a 1820 large cent. It's graded PCGS MS65. It's part of the Randall Hoard. Randall Hoard was a famous hoard that was discovered in, I believe, in the 1860s. They found some wooden casts of large cents, and usually you're able to attribute a Randall Hoard coin, I believe it's 1819 or 1820, by a circular die break around the coin. As you can see here, it has that, and this is just a very pristine coin. I mean, it's a great coin.
Why are large cents so popular?
Well, there's a huge following of copper collectors that, guys, the Early American Copper Club, that a lot of guys that are just devote their time to copper. I myself personally more a type coin collector, but and to be a type coin collector, you've got to have one of everything. So that's why I think, for my personal reasons, why I'm a copper guy.
What kind of value?
This one right now it's about $2,000 to $2,500.
Yeah, I've got something neat I can show you. This is from Mexico during the revolutionary period of 1914 to late 1916. A number of the Mexican states and revolutionaries issued their own coinage. A lot of coinage came out of the revolutionary state of Oaxaca, and I have today a 3 centavo from Oaxaca. It's an interesting coin because it's square first. There was a 1 centavo and a 3 centavo made in Oaxaca, both rectangular, and they are reported to be cut from copper strips that went around water tanks. Very sharp edges.
Why did the individual states issue their own coinage?
There was a civil war going on, a revolutionary war going on, and Oaxaca succeeded from Mexico for a time.
What kind of value?
This is actually very collectible. I've got one in very high grade here. It's around a $1,500 coin. In lower circulated grades, $700, $800, $900. Often we show you very expensive coins for neat coins. Here's something that most collectors that are serious about the revolution can afford.
And I look back at 100 and some odd years ago, they made a 20-cent piece. Now, in the 20-cent piece series, they only made them for they made them for 3 years, 75 through 78, only for issue really in 75 and 76. The San Francisco Mint struck the most of the 20-cent pieces at like 1.1 million. A lot of those coins have been used, circulated, and really come down in their grade levels. Well, today you can buy an average uncirculated coin for about $1,500. A very low-grade circulated coin will cost you around $100.
Yes, I brought a 1995W in Proof 70 PCGS. In 1986, the U.S. Mint started making Silver Eagles, but in 1995, they put out a proof set with a 1995W. And the 1995W, they've only certified, PCGS has only certified 44 coins. And this coin's worth in excess of $50,000, and many times they trade for upwards of $60,000. So it's a cool coin, it's perfect. Proof 70 Deep Cameo by PCGS. I'm kind of proud that we have it. We've actually just sold one in a complete set that had all the coins from 1986 to 2014. So it's a cool coin.
What causes a coin like that to have such value?
The grade, the limited population, with only 44 being made, it's a limited population. So many collectors who are trying to build a complete set have to step up and pay what it takes to buy them, and the price has gone up. And in many cases, they've sold for as high as $60,000.
Well, I do have one that's somewhat interesting, and it's within the context of the modern Chinese coins that I deal in. It is from 1985. It's issue from the China Mint. It was made for the purpose of issuing at the 94th ANA convention in 1985. And it's got the Great Wall of China on it. In addition to that, there's words on the bottom which are in English, and they say something to the effect of terg et law. And I looked at that and realized that of course it's in English, but what the heck does that mean? I did some research and found out that the creators of this coin and the die in the Chinese Mint did not quite understand English and the process of making coins. It says the Great Wall backwards. And this is actually, as a silver coin goes, one of the most scarce coins there are. I believe there were about 500 that were authorized to be made, and the total estimated mintage of ones that actually were produced and released is only about 150 to 200.
And what kind of value?
Depending on the quality, $3,000 to $4,000 is not unusual.
Well, here's a really cool 1922 MS64 two-sided toned peace dollar. And it's very, very rare to have a peace dollar even one side toning. And this has very attractive rainbow toning on both sides. So hopefully you can get a good picture of that, but it's a beautiful coin.
Why are peace dollars so rare toned?
They just did not come that way. They weren't in bags like Morgan dollars, especially things like this. And it's just part of the minting process and maybe what they were washed with in the planchets and the coins after the minting. And for whatever reason, it's just extremely rare for them to turn rainbow color like this.
So what is a normal MS64 peace dollar worth?
This is probably about a $60 coin. And this coin, because of the two-sided color, is probably about $2,000.